The box office discourse over the Fantastic Four first steps has been incredibly exhausting. Why are we letting these publications convince us that superhero movies are dying? Because the truth is, the narrative is not only wrong, it's dangerous. It's hurting the theater experience, and if we do not push back against it, we could lose it altogether. Let's talk about it. Now, lately, it feels like every time a superhero movie comes out, there's a wave of articles ready to declare it a failure. What's the problem with that? Is that they're basing this on completely unrealistic standard that unless a movie makes over $1 billion or close to $1 billion, then it's somehow a disappointment. And when you actually look at the numbers, that couldn't be any further from the truth. Let's start with the facts. Marvel has released 37 films. Of those, only 11 have crossed the $1 billion mark. And 5 of those happened during their once in a lifetime generational run in 2018 to 2019. That means a majority of their films don't even sniff $1 billion. But here's the interesting part, that of those movies that didn't hit $1 billion, they averaged $630 million each worldwide. That's still a huge number. Most studios would dream of that kind of return, and a lot of what Marvel's released in the post-Endgame era has either surpassed that or reached it or come pretty close. Calling that a failure is like saying a restaurant that sells out every night is failing because it's not the highest grossing restaurant in the world. It just doesn't make any sense. And we also have to talk about how audiences have changed. Cost, time, and just the sheer number of options have made moviegoers more selective. This year alone, there's about 110 movies that are getting a wide release. Last year, it was 95. This year, it's the most since COVID. That's a ton of competition for people's time and money. Heck, even in July, we had Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, First Steps, Superman all come out in that same month. The reality is that casual moviegoers are prioritizing what they're seeing, and that's okay. It doesn't mean a movie bad, it doesn't mean people don't care about it, it just means that the environment has shifted. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room either, which is streaming. Studios are now dropping movies on digital 2 to 4 weeks after it releases in theaters. That's basically communicating to audiences like, hey, you can watch this at home next month. You don't have to come out to the theaters. And Marvel films consistently dominate streaming. Captain America Brave New World, again, a film that is mocked because of its box office trends, spent weeks as the #1 most watched film on Disney Plus. That's a huge win. There's bigger wins now than just in the arena of box office numbers, and we need to come to grips with that. Ultimately, this is why this matters, is that big blockbuster films, including superhero movies, are the lifeline of theaters. They bring in the crowds that keep the lights on, the staff paid, and the smaller films on schedule. When publications paint every superhero movie as a failure, they're ultimately discouraging audiences from going. That just doesn't hurt Marvel or DC. It can hurt your local theater and the smaller movies that you love. If we listen to them that nobody wants these movies anymore, that nobody's showing up to them, it only hurts everybody involved in the industry. And really, that's the part that frustrates me. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of sorts. If people think no one is going to see the movies, they might skip them entirely. And then guess what? The numbers drop, the headlines keep coming, the cycle just continues. Over time, that can mean fewer blockbusters, fewer risks being taken, and fewer reasons for theaters to stay open. Like, heck, it wouldn't surprise me at this rate if we're all watching movies at home in the next 15, 20 years, which is just sad. Ultimately, the truth is superhero movies aren't failing. Ignore the noise. The industry is evolving, okay? The billion-dollar expectations is unrealistic. It's unfair. We need to stop letting the loudest headlines dictate our conversations. If you love going to the movies, whether it's for Marvel or DC, indie dramas, horror, whatever, keep showing up. Because if we don't, the theater experience we love might not be there when we desperately want it to be. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Are you also equally frustrated by the noise? Drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you feel differently too, I'd love to have a conversation and hear your thoughts on the matter too. But if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more content, guys, and thanks for tuning in.